Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to install Splunk Enterprise version 10 to our Ubuntu server. So I have already uh, running my Kali Linux and Ubuntu server version 26 in my VirtualBox. So let me pull up my Ubuntu server. So this is my Ubuntu server version 26 is running. I just ran a command IPA to see which IP is running. So the reason I'm doing is I'm gonna SSH into this server through Kali Linux, okay? Because as you know, it's hard to copy paste or uh, typing in this command line interface. So it's easier to me to run commands through Kali Linux, okay? And also, FYI, I am using a NAT network for this. If I go to settings and go to network section, you look at this adapter. I'm using NAT network, okay, not NAT network. So if I use this, it will easier to me, communicate between this servers or OS system inside this VirtualBox. Okay, creating it not that complicated. So what you can do is you go to this, VirtualBox tool menu and click to file and click this tools. And here you click this network, okay? And then you will come this GUI window. So here, if you look at here, we are on this host only networks and we have this NAT networks, okay? So click this. If you look at here, I have already created NAT right? So I create NAT which gave me this, IP range. This one you can, change it yourself. And I think you have to enable the DHCP. So creating is pretty easy. So what you can do is come to NAT networks and you create, okay? And it will give you some, IP address and you can name here uh, whatever name you want name like so lab 2, right? And if you find with this, IPv4 prefix, just leave it like this and click on this and click apply and we'll give you this, okay? So since we already have this one, I'm just gonna remove it, okay? So this is a quick introduction how to create NAT networks in your VirtualBox. And then just go to my machines. And then if you want to use that NAT network, it is also pretty easy. Just click on it, click to settings, come to NAT network. And here, if you choose NAT network, and if you only have one created, you have one option and you can just click on it. Okay, you just click OK, you will use it. So all of this, has been set up for NAT network. So, all right, now let's go to my Kali Linux. All right, open my Kali Linux. Right here, this is my Kali Linux machine running. Okay, and I have already, navigated this Splunk Enterprise version 10 download page. So I am in Linux. Okay, so Windows, Linux, because we're using Ubuntu server, so we're on Linux, and so navigating here is pretty easy. What you can do is just go to your Google, search for Splunk, okay, and then click this first Splunk official website. Okay, if you did not create any account, just create one. Okay, it is free, totally free. You don't need to put your credit card information. Just create one account and click this platform and click this enterprise, and it will give you this link. Okay, so free trial. Click this free trial. It says try it free for 60 days. And I think after 60 days, you can still use it free with some restrictions. But for us, I think 60 days is enough for this demo. Okay, so now come to Linux. All right. Okay, so now before doing all this, let me just first SSH into that Ubuntu server. Okay, so that one was SSH. I can't type. Hold on. SSH. Username is Ubuntu VB. And let me just double check what's the IP on that machine. Okay. So if you look at here, we have 168.10.7. Okay. Just going to change 5 to 7. Press enter. So guys, the connection is refused, and I figured out why is that. If I look at my Ubuntu server, hold on. If I look at my Ubuntu server, I looks like I have installed Ubuntu's client. Sorry, my bad. Actually, I have installed SSH client, but then install SSH server. So we will do that. Okay, so we will install SSH server. The command for that is uh, sudo apt install open ssh dash server. Okay, I will just literally type that sudo apt install open ssh server. By the way, if you didn't update your server, you should update first. But I have already did, so yeah, that's fine. All right, let me press enter. Provide my password. Okay, looks like it is installing. Let's give it some time. It should be fast. All right. Okay, and I think we are done. Yes. Okay, great. So let me clear this and head back to my Kali Linux. And if you're stuck in a terminal, just press the right control, okay, in Ubuntu server. All right. So let's do this one more time. Great. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. And I'm going to give my Ubuntu Ubuntu server password, okay? The username is Ubuntu VB and the password for that username, okay? So if you look at here, we're already in. All right. So let me do pwd. This is our current working director. And let me do one thing as well, cat etc os release. So we should be able to see which Ubuntu we're using. All right, so Ubuntu 26. Let me clear it. All right, now let's go back to this Splunk download page. So here, what we're going to do is we will use this, okay, Debian install Debian package. So we will just copy wget link. We will do this one, okay? And I think it's already copied. So let's just go back to our terminal in Kali Linux and let me do paste selection. All right, what did I do? Yeah, so maybe let me go back one more time. Maybe I copy like this. Copy. Paste selection. Great. So let's do it now. You should download this uh, Splunk package in our Ubuntu server version 26. Let's see how long it will take. It is progressing pretty quickly. So we have almost half of it done. Okay. Now let's see. And after that, uh, we will use Debian package manager, Debian package manager to install it. Okay, not Debian package minister. Okay, manager. All right. Okay. Now, where's my mouse? Okay, here. What we're gonna do is don't forget sudo d for Debian, ekg for package. All right. Now let's do I for install, and so let's just click Splunk and press tab. Okay, this should install it. All right, let's do it. Of course, password we will provide. Unpacking Splunk. I'm going to stop the video a little bit. Let's see. I'm not sure how long will it take. Okay. All right, guys. So it took around 5 minutes to complete this installation. And we have this message saying this directory or file not exist, but that's fine. So next step, we will literally type this command. Okay, so just copy what I typed here. So sudo opt splunk bin splunk enable boot start. So we will do this first. Okay, and all right. So let me just put enter and press space for next to enter. So we have to paste space for read all this. Okay. All right. Do you agree with this license? We will just type yes. Do you agree with this license? Oh, looks like yeah, looks like I can provide extra space. So please enter an administrator username. So I'm just gonna enter Ubuntu VB for consistency, right? So I don't forget. You can name whatever you name it, all right? Or I can just do Ubuntu VB Splunk, okay? So yeah, let me do like this. All right. So password must contain at least 8 total. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna provide my password as well. So you should do the same. Confirm the password. All right. Yeah. So this, I believe, this is just for accept license and enable boot start for Splunk. And for next, we will do Splunk start the Splunk service. Okay. So that one, just first clear this screen. And the next command will be we just delete until here. We just to start, okay? Sudo opt splunk bin splunk start, and this will start a Splunk service. All right. Running Splunk Enterprise as root is deprecated and will be removed in future release. For details, see release notes to run as root. Use this. Okay, this is good to know information, but for now we just ignore it. Okay. And now you can verify that Splunk is up and running by checking this. So how do we verify it's running? We just do the same command and we just change status. So we change start to status. Okay. It says Splunk is not running. All right, guys. Turns out this message is pretty legit. So we should not ignore it. So to fix this, we will create one non-root dedicated user for Splunk and added it to the Splunk group we will create. Okay, so please follow along. I will just do sudo group add Splunk. Okay, group Splunk already exists. That's fine. Now what we can do is we will add a user for that group. Okay, our user is Splunk and group will be Splunk. All right. So users also exist already. No, that's fine. So what we're gonna do is now I think our Splunk is not running, but the user for you know for clearance, let's just stop it. Okay. All right. Now, so what we're gonna do next is we will change directory ownership. So I'm just gonna copy paste the code. So please follow along as well. Paste. All right. So we will change ownership in this op Splunk folder. Okay, and let's do this. Okay, it looks like it worked. And reconfigure boot start for new user. So I will just copy paste a bunch of code, just follow along, and paste selection. So we will just disable first boot start we did earlier. Okay, all right, disabled. Now we will enable with user Splunk. Okay, all right. All right, so the init script is configured to run at boot. So this is what we want. And now, uh, We will start Splunk as a Splunk user. Okay. So this is a command you should use sudo dash u Splunk. Okay. So we will run it as a Splunk user. All right. I think it's doing some configuration. All right. Let's give it some time. And this time we should be able to, you know, finish it successfully. If you look at here, Splunk is running at port 8000 by default. Okay. And so it's saying we can, you know, reach our Splunk GUI web interface through this link. Okay, so let me just do it. Control click. Let's see, it's gonna open it or not. So you know what? Let's do one thing. Let's instead of Ubuntu that, let's do one. Let me just go back to my this to IP. So 192.168.10.7, 192, 192, 168.10.7. Oh gosh, what happened? All right. 192, 16. Oh, can't type. 192, 168, 10, 7, and our port. All right, let's see. Looks like, yeah, it worked. So, guys, if you remember our password, right? What I did is open 2 VB, and I think I did Splunk. If it is not correct, we will try with something else again. All right, let's see. We don't want to save it. Yeah, it worked. All right, guys. So as a recap, in this section, we installed our Splunk Enterprise in Ubuntu Server version 26. Okay, so we installed our Splunk in this one, and we successfully SSH into this Ubuntu server through Kali Linux, and we set up a NAT network so we can uh, communicate with each other freely. So it will be convenient, right? And in future, we can install some, some stuff in this Ubuntu Server 1, which is Ubuntu Server version 24, and we can monitor it from this, Splunk, okay, in real time. So in future videos, we will do that. And so I just want to mention, guys, so in previous video, I installed Ubuntu Server 26 in VMware Fusion, but install, when I try to install Splunk over there, I will show you. So when I try to install Splunk in my ARM-based Ubuntu server, I didn't have any ARM-based, Splunk Enterprise to install. Okay, but you can install a forwarder, which is a log collector in your ARM-based, server. But there's not ARM-based Splunk Enterprise downloads that I can use, so that's why I came back to my VirtualBox and installed this. Okay, I just want to let you guys know, and yeah, in future videos, Splunk related stuff, will work on this. We will work on this VirtualBox. Okay, all right. Thank you guys for uh, tuning in. I really appreciate if you like, please subscribe and like it. All right, see you next time.